down. Right. So good evening to everybody for making time to join our free mentorship webinar for July 2025 DIE. It's now our usual practice to ensure that immediately after the end of any of our diets, specifically we just ended March diet, exams was done, ended on Friday, except for level one. Level one will actually kick off in the coming week. But as we wrap up with every sitting, we intend to immediately prepare the minds of all prospective students towards the next diet. Reason is because the time is very short between the end of a specific diet and the rollout of another. And the earlier we kick off activities, the better for all of us, so as to know the way forward regarding the next diet. And July 2025 diet almost immediately will kick off as we speak, once results are released. But within that time, the question is, what must we be doing as we kick off the next diet? So normally we would want to present to you our timelines so that we can all be educated regarding the way forward for the July 2025 diet. So within this month, March specifically, 25th to 28th of March, is where we will normally conduct our technology training, because before the start of every diet, we ensure that all our prospective students are trained on how to use technology, specifically joining Zoom meetings, being able to use our mobile application to the best of their advantage, and all other technical issues that you may have to make sure you are comfortable with before the start of the program. And as part of that also, we normally conduct a syllabus overview where all prospective students are made to understand the demand of the new syllabus, which is the syllabus for 2024 to 2029 syllabus, which is the new syllabus we are running since the November diet. So we normally have to do that so that everybody is welcome on board into the July diet. So that will be happening between 25th to 28th, where we conduct our technology training and syllabus overview. The expectation is that within that week, we expect results to be released for the March diet. That is the reason why we are hoping to have that session in that week. So very much so, the result for March 2025 diet is likely to be released within that week. So between 25th to 28th, we expect the results of March to be released so that we can kick off with tuition. So normally the Sunday, 30th of March will be our opening night for the July program. So for July 2025 diet, the opening night will be on 30th of March. So at that point, we will welcome everybody into the program so that the next day we kick off immediately. I believe it's clear. So by 31st of March, our tuition starts immediately. And this time around, we have made a very careful decision to ensure that tuition is done within 10 weeks. Hopefully, we expect to finish the syllabus in 10 weeks. And specifically, that means that by 15th of June, tuition should have ended, whilst we have a 10 days break, which is usually what we are expected to do, because in the previous times, we would have tuition end and almost immediately kick off with revision. But this time around, we are going to have a 10 clear days from the end of tuition to the start of a new revision program. So our revision program would kick off specifically from the 25th of June, and hopefully exams for July 2025 diet would be on the 7th of July. I believe it's clear. So that's the itinerary specifically for the July. I take it one more time. So as I said, the expectation is that results will be released between the 25th to the 28th of March specifically. And in that week, we would commence our technology training and syllabus overview. And within that period, all our prospective students, as well as registered students, will be taken through the syllabus, as well as train them on technology that will help them to be comfortable in our tuition program. And once that is done and results are obviously released, our 30th of March will be our opening night for our July 2025 diet. And normally the reason for the opening night is to welcome everybody, get us to know what the demand is, and almost immediately kick off with tuition. As you may be aware, 31st of March is a holiday, but we'll still kick off with tuition. 31st of March being a Monday is a holiday, but we'll still kick off tuition on that day, 31st of March. And as I indicated, our tuition program is expected to run for 10 weeks. And in that 10 weeks, we ensure we deliver the full extent of the syllabus and ensure we close lectures on 15th of June, and obviously have a 10 days break, which is good for us to deliberate on what has been done, and where possible, join our intensive revision program, which is normally called intervention, to prepare us for the exam, which will kick off from the 7th of July. So basically, that is our itinerary for the July 2025 diet. So I'm very glad to bring this to your notice, because once you have this in mind, it positions you to know what you are expecting. So for those who have registered now, my good news for you is that you're already having an advantage. We would encourage you to engage the contents of the app. There's videos of the November sitting when the new syllabus was rolled out, November 2024. The videos are available. We are also going to ensure that the videos for the just ended March 2025 diet are also made available in the mobile application for those who have registered for July. And the intention is for you to immediately begin your tuition or your revision, self-study, specifically self-study, for the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks within the month of March. Exactly. So the next 2 weeks should be considered a self-revision week, where you can engage the content of our mobile application. And we'll pick you up in the last week of March, 25th, 28th, get you to understand the use of our technology, take you through our syllabus, which is very important. And then obviously in that week, there will be release of results. And we kick off with tuition from 30th of March, as I did, 31st of March, as I did indicated. Exactly. So for the next 2 weeks, we advise you to engage our mobile application for self-study for those who have registered. And for those who have just written the immediate March diet, if you have any paper that is outstanding, it's the best time to engage. So if you have written 2 papers in the last sitting, for example, and maybe you know that you have another 3 more or 2 more to write, what prevents you from immediately registering for just a paper, one single paper, and kick off your revision or kick off your self-study whilst waiting for the start of tuition? The advantage you have is that you are well positioned, that at the start of the tuition, you are able to comprehend issues easier than those who have already or joins immediately after the release of the result. So we educate our students to begin early, because the time is never enough. And the earlier you start, the more you are easily able to adapt into this program. 10 weeks of tuition, it's a lot of high tension, 10 weeks intensive tuition. And I can tell you that takes a lot of energy to comprehend issues. And if you don't start early, somebody's waiting to register, even sometimes 3 weeks into the lecture. Somebody register in April. Clearly, you are going to have challenges. You have to now quickly catch up with videos which are outstanding, and it keeps a lot of pressure on you. But if you are strategic, register early, get yourself abreast with the issues. By the time tuition starts, you've already engaged as much content as possible to keep abreast with the issues. And that is what we advise. So if you are a student already on our platform, have just written the recent exam, that advice goes to you. And for those who have just registered, we have some good number of students who have already registered and are already on our July platform. My advice for you is that engage the next 2 weeks for self-study, because On Tuesday, myself, I will be away to mark scripts for your exams that you have written just this past week. So hopefully by end of next week, marking should be done, and obviously other processes will be rolled out for the exam results to be released. And as I indicated, between 25th to 28th, your results are likely to come out. Exactly. Whilst we will kick off with tuition 31st. So that is the timeline. So let's be well advised to know what the demands are so that we are able to early prepare whilst we are able to come out with a good preparation for July 2025. I hope my word is well taken. So in terms of our tuition itinerary or tuition details, nothing has changed. Price is the same for what we have charged for November and what we have charged for March. We haven't changed our price, even though inflation is on our necks. Price has remained the same for the last two dates, and going into this sitting, the price will still remain the same, no change to price. And obviously, if you look in there in our mobile application, the current March date is running because we just ended the sitting. So if you want to register, you select the July to be able to register specifically for the July date. So that's what we advise everybody to do. So going into the app there, go into the July section and register specifically for your level, whether it's level 1, level 2, level 3. You register and then you automatically have access to the content. And as I indicated, the content we have now is for November 2024. Now that March is over, we are going to have the content for March 2025 shared in the app for those who have registered for July to help with your revision. So clearly, that puts you at an advantage to prepare you for the July date. I believe it's clear. So registration has been ongoing for almost a month now. So some people have already registered and started engaging, and I can tell you they will be far ahead of you if you join later on. Exactly. So that is the strategy we always advise. In terms of our timetable, same timetable, nothing has changed. Our strategy is to have two lectures per week, twice a week meetings, weekend and weekday meetings. And we advise students to maximize attendance for both, because the advantage is that once you are joining both sessions, you are able to have the two sides of issues and be able to catch up as quick as possible. We recommend you maximize attendance for both. That's the weekend and the weekday. If you cannot be able to partake in one in terms of being present, you can always engage the videos to catch up. We recommend that highly, exactly, because we are expecting that within the 10 weeks of lectures, every student should be able to have about 2 meetings per week. Exactly, minimum 2.5 to 3 hours lectures per week. So that means every week you are going to get about 6 hours for every subject. If you are joining both weekend and weekday, that makes it 6 hours per week. And for 10 weeks, that's like almost about 60 hours of tuition. And that is something that can really help us to finish the syllabus. So 10 weeks, and then obviously 2 meetings per week. That makes it 20 meetings, obviously within the diet, and hopefully 3 hours per meeting. So we should be doing about 60 hours of engagement before the end of the sitting. So take advantage of it. Use the itinerary to plan. Our period is flexible. Our options are flexible. It's not compulsory to join both sessions. You can join one live and use the video to catch up with the other. And that is the level of flexibility we offer. And I advise extensively that you opt for both reporting is Tuesdays and Thursdays. For level 1 accounting, Saturday, Tuesday, FR is on Saturday, Wednesday, PSA Sunday, Mondays, FM is Saturday, Thursdays, principles of tax is Sunday and Friday, and for audit and assurance is once a week, perfectly delivered by Derek, and obviously we are able to finish in time. For level 1, it's also twice a week, as I indeed indicated, level 1 will be writing their exams in the coming week, obviously. So that means once they are done, their exam is now computer-based. It's a computer-based exam. And obviously, they will be writing remotely on a computer system and via online. So level 1 exams will be next week. So they'll be running it online. Exactly. So basically, that is the itinerary in terms of our timetable for the July date. If you have any question, don't wait to the end. You can always put that across in the various what do you call it, the Q&A box. You can put your questions across at the right time. I will be responding to them. So that's for our timetable. So I've captured 3 main issues just now. We've looked at specifically our timeline for July. Very important for me. The timeline is very key because it puts us in check and make sure we are able to achieve our objectives. So that is the timeline for July. Our program registration has kicked off. These are timetables, strictly online, no in-person. Every session is online, professionally delivered with a technical team to support. Is that okay? And videos are made available after the end of every lecture in less than 24 hours in our mobile application. So that is our service delivery to ensure that we offer you the best experience for an online tuition. Now, this is something I want to talk about. We call it model progression and streams, especially because we have a lot of people joining us for the first time who are preparing to join the CA program. For those who have obtained exemptions and all manner, I'm sure you are clear in your mind that the demand of this professional program is heavy. So I will use this opportunity to educate you on what subjects to select. It's very important. There are people who select subjects and end up getting stuck at various levels because they haven't done the right combinations. There are people currently who are having corporate reporting and man accounting as their final outstanding papers. And that is dangerous because obviously corporate reporting is on, in terms of examination, corporate reporting is on Monday, and then management accounting is on Tuesday. So that gives you a very tight period. There are people who are obviously having to write, what's the name? Advanced audit and then man accounting. Those are 2 papers they have outstanding, and it's all on the same day in terms of exams. Exactly. So subject selection is very important if you want to navigate into this professional program comfortably. Now, in terms of the various subjects, we normally have 3 streams. I repeat, for our professional program, in terms of our syllabus design, we have 3 module streams. The first modules are usually the accounting and auditing papers. So if you are in level 1, is that okay? Financial accounting is part of that stream. If you are in level 2, then financial reporting, public sector accounting, and then audit and assurance are within that stream. If you are at the final level, level 3, that's the professional level. That is the corporate reporting and then the advanced audit. So the key thing to take out of this is that when it comes to those papers, those on the financial accounting and auditing stream, they are usually guided by frameworks. Frameworks, I repeat, frameworks, IFRS. For example, you cannot write financial reporting without IFRS. You can't write corporate reporting without IFRS. That is the framework that will guide you in order to prepare for that paper. If you are writing public sector accounting, you can't do that without the IPSAS. The IPSAS is the International Public Sector Accounting Standard, which is the framework to guide you in preparation of financial statement for the public sector. So you cannot write public sector accounting and finance without not reference to the framework. And as I repeat, the framework is the IPSAS. You cannot write audit and assurance or advanced auditing without reference to the ISA, the International Standards for Auditing. I believe it's clear. So those streams of papers are normally based on frameworks. So for example, if you are writing financial reporting, it's best to combine it with public sector because they are both based on frameworks. The International Financial Reporting Standard, which is the IFRS, is more or less a mirror of the IPSAS. The 2 are almost the same. So if you're writing FR public sector, perfect combination. I repeat, perfect combination because Both two papers are based on frameworks. I believe it's clear. And if you are writing corporate reporting, it's best to combine with auditing, because why not? The various knowledge you have in terms of your corporate reporting, that's in terms of the IFRS knowledge, would be needed if you are to deal with issues in auditing. Because the auditing is obviously to be able to provide assurance on the financial statement. So if you are providing assurance on the financial statement and you are not comfortable with the standards, the frameworks that are being used to prepare the financial statement, you're going to have problems. So normally, we expect that if you are doing a subject combination, make sure that that subject combination falls within the same stream in order to ensure and guarantee the quality of your revision. I believe it's clear. So financial accounting and auditing stream are papers you must not take for granted. So for example, somebody may come onto the program and have exemptions, right? And his outstanding paper he has to write is public sector. So now if you have public sector alone to write in level 2 because you came in with your MSc accounting and finance, if that is the only paper you have to write in level 2 and then write the final level, you are more comfortable if you add a paper like audit and assurance, because that's also built on frameworks. Advanced audit and assurance can best suit you if you combine it with your PSA in level 2, which is your outstanding paper. I believe it's clear. So from the audit and assurance, you can then look at your corporate reporting, because they are all built on frameworks. Then beyond that, you can look at advanced tax, strategic case study. And strategic case study should be your capstone paper. That's the more or less the ultimate in all the papers you are writing. So that should almost be your file to take within the program. There are those that belong to the financial management and business management. If you look over there, follow up the introduction to management accounting, then we have the business management and information system. Then we have for level 2, we have the management accounting and financial management. So like our advice, if you have management accounting, it's best to combine it with financial management, because if for example, if you have man accounting as an outstanding paper, it's best to combine it with financial management. Those two papers have some commonalities, because for example, issues on investment appraisal would be in or short-term decision or long-term decision making is within management accounting and financial management. So those two papers are bedfellows. So if you have man accounting, it's good to combine it with what? Financial management. If you have public sector, it's good to combine it with financial reporting. So get that logic and it will really, really help you. Exactly. And for strategic case study, the challenge is that for most of us, if you come to our level 2 program, there is no subject on management. If you look at our professional program, level 2, there is no particular subject on management, strategy. No. It's only in level 1. And the understanding is that once you come up and you are exempted from level 1, for most students who come to level 3 to write strategic case study, they lack knowledge on strategy, business management, because most of those things, they've done it in university. I believe it's clear. But within the strategic case study syllabus, there's also the need for your knowledge on financial management. Is that clear? Because strategic case study has an aspect of financial management, being able to apply strategic decisions to financial management decisions. So it's part of that stream. So strategic case study belongs to the financial management and management accounting stream. Exactly. And the last stream is the tax and law. So obviously, tax is based on law, so you can negotiate that. So for level 1 is business and corporate law. Level 2 is the principles of tax, and the final level is the advanced taxation. So tax and law are bedfellows. You can't do tax without law. Tax is an application of law. Exactly. So basically, that is the last stream. Exactly. So these are the various streams. So when you are selecting a subject, be careful. Know what you are combining. Be very careful the subject you are combining with each other. Now there's that flexibility where you can write just a single paper. There's that flexibility now. People are writing just one paper. In the past, the policy is very strict. You have to write at least 2 papers. Even at the final level, you have to write all 4 papers and make sure you pass only one. But now you can write just a single paper. You can write 2 papers. The institute offers that flexibility for you to write as many as you wish, but you can even write 1. And there's no restriction as to how many you can write. Exactly. So basically, that helps you to know what to choose. If you are in the financial accounting and audit model, you know what to go for. If you are in the management accounting and financial management, you know what to combine. If you are in the tax stream, you know what to combine. So it's good to know what to combine in order not to be stranded in terms of applying the knowledge across the streams. I believe it's clear. So that is it. I'm sure those who are new to this program have taken some cue from this. It's something I normally do at the start of every program so that people don't end up selecting the wrong subjects and later come seeking for change. I've seen that severally. People after some 3 weeks into the lecture will now be running back for changes in subjects because they haven't done the right selection. So I'm sure this advice has helped somebody to know what to choose when it comes to combining of subjects. Exactly. So as I indicated, you can put your questions across. I will be dealing with them very soon when I'm done with the presentation. Right. The next thing is about our technology. You can't do well in the modern day we find ourselves now if you can't adapt with technology. And that is our game. That is our game at Aspire. Technology has been our major game changer. We've taken advantage of it extremely. Our lectures are delivered strictly online. And somebody asked, how did we achieve that? We achieved that because we've taken advantage of technology. We are using Zoom. We use a Zoom webinar, which makes it easy for the case of presentation of lectures. We use virtual gadgets to present the lecture, both in terms of writing as well as display of materials. And all lectures are online. All lectures are online, exactly. You join via Zoom to avoid the stress of joining face-to-face. And you see, the online offers us that flexibility. We sometimes have lectures as early in the morning as possible, and that gives you flexibility. For example, I do corporate reporting lectures, for example, starting at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So that's the best time to learn something like corporate reporting. Very early in the morning from 5:30, 6 a.m., we started lectures on corporate reporting. It's one of the best times to learn. At that time, your mind is quite settled. There's no distraction, and that helps us. But if we were doing face-to-face, I'm not sure we could be able to achieve that because somebody has to now take a car to a particular venue to now settle into a class before being able to follow through a lecture. And if that happens, if there's any distraction and you lose whatever has been taught, that is the end of it. But with this one, lectures are done, recorded for you, so that even after the class, if there's any aspect you were not able to catch up with, you can still play back and ensure you are clear in your mind what has been taught. I believe it's clear. And the videos are available to you immediately after the lecture. Usually our KPI is 24 hours, but we normally achieve less than that. Is that okay? And the videos can be downloaded within the mobile application. I repeat, you can stream the videos within the mobile application and save data by downloading it in the app. So you are able to play it without the use of internet data once you download it within the app. Exactly. And you can also use your laptops. We advise that extensively because once you use your laptop, you have enough space to store or download the video exactly into the mobile app because with your laptop, it gives you a larger space to save the videos, exactly. So that is our tech advantage. And we take advantage of technology with the emergence of AI. We have an AI in our mobile app called Sigmund. That's my name, but has been used to mimic our AI functionality. So within our mobile app, you can use our AI, Sigmund, and put any question to it, and it will answer you perfectly. What we are doing is that we are training this AI to be more responsive using the new syllabus. So the new syllabus is being developed into our AI so that any question you ask, it can easily reference the new syllabus and provide you tangible answers. I believe it's clear. So that is how far we've come in terms of the use of technology. Our mobile app is, I can tell you, world-class and offer you the best in terms of access to previous videos of lectures, exactly, for you to be able to catch up with your lectures. I believe it's clear. So my last issue is to do with our bookstore. We have a good number of books released. Immediately the new syllabus was rolled out. We released books on advanced audit. strategic case study, corporate reporting, financial reporting, as well as public sector. We release various books on that. We are hoping that in the coming sitting, we are able to release some additional books. Is that okay? For example, we want to release a revision kit for strategic case study. We are hoping to release another revision kit for advanced audit. We are hoping to release a revision kit for management accounting with questions and answers to assist your preparation. We are also hoping to release a revision kit for principles of tax. Hopefully, all these may come up before the start of the new diet, and the expectation is that is to assist your preparation. Exactly. And the books are very moderately priced, and delivery is free within Accra. Exactly. So basically, we are hoping that these new books would come alive in the new sitting. But for now, we have 5 books available: public sector, corporate reporting, financial reporting, advanced auditing, and strategic case study. And these are papers I assist or deliver personally. Exactly. So that is it. So colleagues, thank you so much for this presentation. I'm sure it's supposed to be a brief one, very straightforward, with key discussions explained. But what is important for me is the timeline, which I want everybody to run with. As I indicated, we are expecting results to be released within the period of 25th to 28th of March. We are expecting results to be released within that week. So we would obviously commence our preparation for July within that period, where we conduct a technology training as well as a syllabus overview within that period, so as to get those who are new, who are obviously part of our new program for July, to get well acquainted into our program and be well immersed into the 2025 July diet. So that is it. So 25th to 28th will be more or less an immersion, training you on technology as well as giving you an understanding of the demand of the syllabus. Once that is done, we expect to have an opening night on 30th of March, where we meet all prospective students as well as those who have registered to tell you about our package for the next diet. Once that is done, lectures begins on 31st of March. As I did indicate earlier, 31st of March is a holiday, but we are going to start lectures on that day. No doubt we'll start lectures on 31st of March. And we expect tuition to run for 10 weeks. That is our expectation going into this diet. 10 weeks, twice a week, meaning about 20 meetings for the July diet. 20 meetings, twice a week, 10 weeks, that's 20 meetings for July. And the expectation is that lectures should end on 15th of June. Lectures will end 15th of June. And the rationale is to make sure we are done early so that you can have time for revision. So we would come in with our revision program, but you can do your own revision. The revision program will start on the 25th of June. Is that okay? So once we start revision on 25th of June, exams would begin on the 7th of July. Exactly. So that's the itinerary that you need to keep in mind so that you know what you are doing. Because some people wait, and by the time you see the lectures have begun, a lot has started, and they haven't yet come to awake to know what is happening. So in terms of understanding, you have only 2 weeks, okay, from now before the week of release of results kickoff. Because next week, Tuesday, we are beginning our coordination and marking of exam script. Obviously, by next week, Tuesday, I'm not sure I'll be around. I'll be there to do that. So once we are back, the Institute has only 2 weeks to get the results out. So hopefully, 25th to 28th, results should be released. And obviously, we will kick off with tuition from 31st. Exactly. So that is super packed. And there is no time to waste. Is that okay? So if you have any paper outstanding, the best is to start early. If not, you will give yourself unnecessary pressure. Exactly. You can avoid that pressure if you start early, way in advance before even tuition starts. Exactly. So that is the itinerary, and that is so important to me for everyone joining us. This is the cardinal part of my discussion. Know your itinerary, know what is up, that is, know the task ahead so that you know what you are doing in terms of preparation. So that is it. That's the end of my presentation. I was supposed to do this in 30 minutes, and I'm sure I've been able to achieve that. So hopefully we can start with questions and answers. So I'll begin with those who have shared questions with us in the Q&A box. I'll start from there. Okay, somebody say, I suggest mock exams before the ICA exams. Okay, that's fine. We take that in good note. Somebody said it's advisable. Is it advisable to sit for all 5 papers as a first timer? That is if you have the time. There's no limit. There's no limit. That is if you have the time. But you know, that means you are going to have about 20 meetings per week. Because if you are registering for 5 subjects, okay, each subject will have 2 meetings per week. So if you are doing that, that's 10. I think if it's 2 meetings, that is 5 times 2. So that is 10 meetings per week. So that is going to be hyper for you. If you are doing 5 subjects, it's not going to be easy. And you need to have the time to be able to deal with that. Is that clear? So take note of that, okay? Right. Then the next question is that when is the graduation likely to come on? So hopefully the expectation is that those who are qualified in March, okay, those who have qualified in November 2024, they are yet to graduate. So those who have qualified in November, the expectation is that you will be added to those who will qualify in March. Is that okay? So hopefully by the time results is released in March, there will be a new number of graduates who will be added to the November, and hopefully graduation should be likely in May or April because we have accountants conference in June. So the likelihood is that graduation should happen before June. So hopefully by April, May, that should happen. Exactly. Right. So somebody said, when will the computer-based exam be introduced for level 2 and 3? So for level 2 and 3, computer-based exam will be rolled out in 2026. 2025 is for level 1. And as we speak, they will start writing next week. Exams for level 1 will kick off next week specifically. But for level 3, you are also going to start writing computer-based exam from 2026. So the earlier you get out of the system, the better. If that comes upon you, I'm sure it's not going to be easy to adapt. And that is why our essence or our strategy is to ensure that our arrangements are virtual so as to accommodate the adaptation that you may have to contend with. Exactly. Somebody says, is there any arrangement for those of us who are waiting for our salary at the end of the month? Is there any option for part payment? I think for now, salary has just been paid. I don't think it's far away. If you are waiting for the end of March, then that is good because if it's 31st, we are starting lectures on 31st of March. I'm sure salary would have come by then for you to register. But if you really want to take part in the early preparation, where you can register now, have access to the app content and start preparation for July. I think salary has just been paid. It's not even up to 2 weeks. It's just a week away from when salary was paid. So I'm sure you can be able to do that registration. Exactly. Somebody said at level 3, if one wants to do 2 subjects at a time, what is the best combination? And what is your advice on the first 2 papers to write? Now, you see, let me give you the fact of that. When you look at the level 3 program, the most difficult papers are corporate reporting and strategic case study. Exactly. Corporate reporting and strategic case study. Those are the 2 capstone papers. Very difficult. Pass rates are normally below 15%, sometimes 10%, sometimes not even above 20%, but sometimes also about 40%. Why not? But those are the most difficult papers at the level 3 program. So when you are combining, it's very key to have that in mind. Now, advanced auditing and corporate reporting can be combined perfectly. Advanced auditing, corporate reporting can be combined perfectly. Why? Because we have corporate reporting on Monday. Then we have your, what do you call it? Advanced auditing on Tuesday. So perfect in terms of exams. Then we have advanced taxation on Wednesday and strategic case study on Friday. So best combination, you can combine advanced taxation and strategic case study. So if you are combining, make that choice. You go for one light paper and go for one difficult one. Because there are people who have combined advanced audit and advanced tax, had a smooth run in passing, and then now spend about 2 years passing corporate reporting and strategic case study. Because the challenge is that they've passed the easy run or the more average papers and have gone to put a lot of pressure on themselves, struggling to pass the very optimum papers, which is the corporate reporting and the strategic case study, because those are two very, very, very wonderful papers, very difficult, I should say. Exactly. So if you are combining the two easy ones, advanced tax and advanced audit, when you are done, you come and see Pepe. You'll be meeting the two difficult papers, which makes it sometimes difficult for students to qualify. So they end up writing, and failing and failing. And sometimes some of them take 2 years, 3 years to charter because they've not done the right selection. So if you go with corporate reporting, advanced auditing, perfecto, you've killed it nicely. Then you go for advanced tax strategic case study. You can even start with that. So advanced tax strategic case study, you kill it, then you go for auditing and corporate reporting in your next round of exams. And that will be perfect. I don't advise you to go for audit and tax. No, 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 I won't advise that. Audit tax is not a good combination. You end up passing those two papers and go and be dealing with difficult two papers at the end. And when that happens, you have a lot of challenges. I believe it's clear. So that's my advice on the two combination. Somebody said I wrote FM and MA last week. I'm not sure what the result will be, but I recently registered for PSA and FR. What is your advice? So that's good for you. That's a good choice. So you've written FM and MA, good combination. And now you are left with FR and PSA. So you have now registered for FR and PSA to begin early preparation. So that's good. And it's good you've started the registration early. So what it means is that if the results are released and you've passed all two, you are comfortably moving to the next stream, which is the FR and PSA. Good one there. Exactly. And for you, my advice is that even if you couldn't pass one and there's one outstanding, why not reach out to me and I'll advise you on what to do. Exactly. Good. So somebody said, I've already registered for July, but the previous videos are the November. So as I indicated, all the videos for, what do you call it, for March will now be made available to those who are registered now for July, because once you are registered for July, automatically you have the videos for November 2024 in the app immediately. But as I said, hopefully in the coming days, all the videos for March 2025 would be moved into the mobile application for those writing July. Exactly. Right. So somebody said, how much is this sitting paper, particularly for level 3? So as I indicated, our fees haven't changed. Our fees remain the same from last year till now. Even though there's inflation, we have still kept our fees the same. As we speak, we have even got a message regarding taxation of our online streaming platforms. So now there will be VAT on that. But regardless of all these cost implications, we still kept our price the same. Exactly. Somebody said, can you write level 2 and 3 together, or you have to finish level 2 before you write level 3? Now you can write across, but you have to have only one paper outstanding. If you want to write level 2 and level 3, make sure you have only one paper outstanding in level 2. That's when you will be allowed to write across the levels. Exactly. Somebody says, can somebody apply for ICA with MBA accounting and finance? Why not? If you are applying with an MBA or an MSc accounting and finance, you are usually given exemptions to write only public sector accounting and the final level papers, the 4 papers in the final level, plus the PSA. But I want to obtain your transcript to be sure of your various courses that you did for the MBA, because the institute has some arrangement with some of the universities like the KNUST, the Legon, and the UPSA. So they run this MSc Accounting and Finance, and those MSc Accounting and Finance have been tailored to the ICA syllabus. So it gives them automatic exemptions if they apply with those masters. So normally they get exemptions to write only the PSA and the final level papers. Exactly. So somebody said, please, between MA and FA, which one will you advise to write for the first time? So you can take the MA for the first time and then follow up with the FM after. So start with the MA and then add the FM after, okay? Somebody said, please, I got all exemptions in level 1 and 2 with the exception of MA and PSA. Reason was that my first degree was in accounting by procurement. So in this case, is it safe to combine the two? So you can combine the two, but that will not be easy actually. But what we do is that for those writing PSA, because we know, by default, you should have passed financial reporting before writing PSA. And sometimes because students have gotten exemptions, their understanding of financial reporting is not very strong. So what we normally do is that we combine, even though you haven't registered for financial reporting, if you are writing PSA, we give you the opportunity to join our financial reporting class. And the reason is to help you understand the international financial reporting standards, which can help you to understand the international public sector accounting standard, giving you that conversion in terms of understanding the IFRS to be able to convert into the IPSAS. So that's one thing we do for public sector accounting students, exactly. So it helps. But if you have two papers and you have the time and you think you can write a two, PSA, MA shouldn't be a problem. If those are the only two papers you have outstanding in level 2, it shouldn't be a problem, exactly. If you have already chosen your subject and you want to change it now, is it allowed? Yes, why not? Since we haven't begun tuition, you can easily change. There shouldn't be a problem changing. Reach out to the admins on the various pages and they can assist you to make the changes, exactly. Somebody said, as a new student with level 2 papers, is it advisable to start with 3 papers at a go? So the person is suggesting FM, FR, and principles of that. All this is all about you having the time. Exactly. All this is about you making the time. Is that okay? It's the discipline. The discipline is the key word here. Doing 2 papers is demanding. Doing 3 papers is extra demanding. Is that okay? So if you are going for 3 papers, it means that technically you are going to have about 6 meetings per week, and that is demanding. So you must be able to have the time to shoulder up this responsibility. There are people who are very fanciful. They think, oh, I want to write 3 papers. I want to write 4 papers. And when the demand starts, then they keep running away. They keep, no, you have to put, this is a professional program. So you have to put where your money is. You don't register for this and go and toy around and play all around. And when it is 3 weeks to exam, you come back to come and step. It doesn't work like that. This is serious business here. This is serious issues here. If you do that, you end up. So people do that. They just register, go and do their own things. And then when it is 3 weeks to exam or 1 month to exam, they come back saying, I've registered for 3 papers, but I don't think I can do it anymore. I want to do only 1. We will not accept. Exactly. It is discipline all the way. So if you know the task ahead, you know what you are going for. If it is 1, go for 1 and manage your life. If it is 2, go for it. Know yourself. The discipline required here is no child's play. If you know you can do 2, go for 2. Look at yourself. Align your life to suit this thing here. Your current social life must be moderated to be aligned with this particular discussion we're having. You can't have a lot of social life and do professional program. No, there must be changes done here. So if you are going for 3 papers, please, you have to make changes. You have to discipline yourself to take the task ahead. If it doesn't work, you get desperate and fall out. Exactly. So that is it. Somebody said, please, my question is, if you have left with only 1 paper in level 3, which combination can you go with? So as I said, if you have 1 paper in level 2 and you want to combine level 3, the choice is yours. If you are thinking of just adding 1, you can make a choice between audit and then advanced tax. But the question is, which paper do you have in level 2? If it is financial reporting, public sector, those are frameworks. Those are within the auditing and financial reporting stream. So you can add, for public sector, you can add audit and advanced audit and assurance. Exactly. You can add advanced audit and assurance as an extra paper in level 3 so that you have 2 papers to go. So that when you are done, you can maybe take up corporate reporting, which is in line. Have it together. So auditing, then you go to corporate reporting in line with what you are already doing. Then you can go for advanced tax and then strategic case study. I believe it's clear. So make sure the logic is working. You don't just choose any paper because of emotion. Choose it because of that level of convergence between the papers. I believe it's clear. Right. Somebody said, thank you for the presentation. I'm writing Introduction to Man Accounting, Cost and Management Accounting in part 1 and MA in part 2. Is that a good combination? Good one there. Good combination. Very good combination. Introduction to Cost and Management Accounting in level 1. Good combination is Man Accounting in level 2. If that is it, because you have one paper in level 1, you can write a paper in level 2. So if the paper you have in level 1 is Introduction to Cost and Management Accounting, and you want to add a paper in level 2, the best is to go for MA, which syncs in line with the Intro to Cost and Management Accounting. If you have, for example, Business and Corporate Law in level 1, and you're about to start level 2, and you want to add one paper, it's best to ask Principles of Tax. I believe it's clear. If you have Financial Accounting in level 1, and you want to add a paper in level 2, it's best to add Financial Reporting. I believe it's clear. So have that idea of the module stream. It's very good. It helps you to know what to select at each point in time. Exactly. Somebody said, can I combine FR and auditing, advanced audit, sorry, audit and assurance? Good one there. Yes. It's good to combine those two. FR, audit and assurance, it belongs to the same stream. Is that okay? Let me just take you to the stream. Yeah, so it belongs to the same stream. Financial reporting, audit and assurance belongs to the same stream. Exactly. Somebody said, can you go over the subject pairing again? So I think that is on the board. I'll come back for it again. Please, any update on modular? Normally, for our RISI test program, normally called the modular, our RISI test program normally starts a week after the release of the result. So the reason why you don't see me put it in our timeline is because I'm expecting everybody to pass. That's why you don't see me talking about modular here. Modular is our program for RISI test. So I'm expecting everybody to pass. That's why you don't see me talk about modular. Is that okay? So that is why you don't see me talk about. But the logic is that once results are released, the following week, we start the revision or modular program for RISI test. Before the start of the modular, what we normally do is that we do a RISI test forum where we invite all RISI tests into a meeting to discuss what went on into the previous diet, get their perspectives, know what they expect of us in terms of revision before the rollout of our modular program. So normally, modular is usually 1 week after the release of the results. Exactly. And for those who may have registered for last sitting and couldn't write, normally we advise you to go for the modular because the modular gives you access to the lecture videos of the previous sitting to assist your revision. And then we meet once a week to solve questions. So for modular, it's very perfect for reciters. Exactly. Somebody said, for those of us who have masters and they did PSA and audit last sitting, what other papers can you combine for July? So, okay, that's good. You were able to do your PSA and auditing last sitting. So if you passed, my next recommendation is for you to go for advanced tax and corporate reporting. Please, are we together? So you can go for advanced tax and corporate reporting once you were able to pass your PSA and advanced audit. So go for advanced tax and corporate reporting and leave the strategic case study for a very good day because that's the trouble spot. Exactly. So please, what would you be the best strategy if you are to write 3 papers, MA, FM, and PSA? Right. So if you are to write MA, FM, and PSA in July, my advice is that go for MA and FM and leave the PSA. Go for MA and FM, combine those two, and leave the PSA for now. So that when you are done with those two, you can pick the PSA and pick one paper in level 3 in addition to the PSA. So for that person, Ricky, go for MA and FM because those 2 papers have some things in common. And if you are able to pass it, then you can now pick your PSA and add maybe advanced auditing in level 3. Exactly. Somebody said, I've already registered test for MA and PSA. Can I make a change? Yes, why not? As I said, since we haven't begun lectures fully, you can make that change. Exactly. So take note of that. Somebody said, I've seen videos, about 3 of them, they are not playing. So why not? Kindly reach out. As I said, we'll be doing our technology training very soon. But if you have registered already and you have any challenges with the videos or anything in the mobile app, always chat any of our admins to get immediate assistance. Alternatively, also we have a complaint form in the app. The app has complaint form all over. Fill the complaint form, and I'm sure one of our technical team members will reach out to you in the shortest possible time. Exactly. Right. Somebody said, when would access to the Match Diet learning materials expire? Normally, we hope by next week, Sunday, access to Match should be expired. So normally, Sunday after the end of the exams, then registration for the previous diet will expire. Somebody said, I'm not starting with level 2. I would like to know which papers is most suitable to start with. So if you are starting with level 2, for the first time, you haven't written any paper before, and you are starting with level 2. That is the first time you're about to write the 6 papers. My very sweet advice for you is that pick your financial reporting and then pick your audit and assurance. That can be a very good start for you. Financial reporting and maybe what? Audit and assurance. 2 papers that can easily help you. Then maybe you can go in, maybe for your next paper, maybe go in for FM and then your MA as another paper. And maybe finally you can go for your principles of tax and PSA because you've already passed FR. That knowledge is there. Will help you with your PSA and then maybe write your principles of tax. I believe it's clear. So for a good start, you can start with the FR and audit because those are on the same string, the financial reporting and auditing string. Exactly. Good. Somebody said, my name is Alex. I have PSA and level 3 to write. Can you help me with the combination? So I think I've sorted that out. If you have PSA and level 3 to write, you can do PSA and then your advanced audit and assurance as a start, 2 papers to start with. If you want to add an extra one, then maybe you can add a corporate reporting, but that will not be easy, I must admit. Exactly. Somebody say, I'm new and wants to register for July. How do I do that? How can I apply for exemption? So you can reach us with my number. You can see my number there. Always reach out. If you want to register, apply for exemption and all those things, the Institute has an online platform that you can do all those things. If you need help, just chat us. We'll help you with that. Because sometimes I want you to share your transcript with me for me to help you confirm your exemptions so that you know which papers are outstanding for you to write before you then register for the exemption. Exactly. Right. Somebody say, if I'm writing level 3 for the first time, what is the best subject combination? So as I indicated, if you are doing level 3 for the first time, it's either you are going for advanced audit and corporate reporting, or you are going for your advanced tax and strategic case study. Don't mix it. If you mix it, you have problem in the end. Advanced audit, corporate reporting, or advanced taxation strategic case study. One average, one difficult. One average, one difficult. Audit is average. Corporate reporting, above average. Extremely difficult. Advanced tax, average. If you have average knowledge, you can pass it. But strategic case study, you need above average intelligence to pass that paper. Exactly. So please make sure you go for what best works for your brain. Because if you go for some people who have gone for audit and then advanced tax, yes, average, you are able to get them maybe on the first attempt. Good. But now you have 2 troubles to face. Strategic case study, corporate reporting. You need a lot of hypertension to clear those 2 papers at a go. If you are not serious, you can do it. So that is the combination that works well. Exactly. So what is the tuition timetable? So I'll share that with you now. Our timetable is there. You can have a look at it, but you can chat me. I'll always share with you the details. Somebody said, would we be able to see our colleagues on the Zoom platform where we can share questions with each other? Why not? So once you register, you are added to a WhatsApp page. So you have access to all your colleagues. Everybody that is registered for the particular tuition is added to a WhatsApp page. So you have all your friends on a WhatsApp page. If you need to reach out to a colleague, you can always reach them. Exactly. And the online lectures on Zoom is delivered using a webinar. Webinar allows you to ask questions. You put up a reaction, the lecturer sees you and asks you to unmute and contribute. So it's not a one-way situation. No, it's participative. normally the lecturer will nominate some people to be in the front row in order to make the class very decent. So normally I would suggest that those who are very much frequent contributors will normally be in the front row. So maybe about 4 or 5 people who will contribute to the discussion or ask questions. That makes it a bit decent, exactly. But if you still want to ask a question, why not? You can ask by raising up your hands and you will be allowed to ask. Because most times the question you want to ask, somebody may have asked for you. Exactly. So that is it. But it's so very, very interactive. Even though it's online, it's very interactive. Exactly. Somebody said, I'm a WASI holder. Do you think joining this can earn me a job in the future? That is something I will always advise. If you are a WASI holder, is that okay? Note, I repeat, note that if you have passed level 1, level 1 is equivalent to level 200 for a first degree. Is that okay? And if you have passed level 2, it's already equivalent to first degree. I repeat, level 2 ICA, completing of level 2 ICA is equivalent to first degree. Exactly. It's equivalent to our first degree. Completion of ICA is equivalent to a master's. I repeat, completion of what? ICA is equivalent to a master's degree. So please take note of that. So never be intimidated. There are people who only have ICA and are gainfully employed with good remuneration. So the ICA is a professional qualification with the same level of quality, the same level of effect of any professional program in accounting, globally accepted, globally accepted. So I repeat, if you are done with ICA level 2, it's equivalent to first degree. If you are done with ICA fully, it's solely equitable to a master's degree in accounting. Exactly. It's equivalent to a master's degree in what? Accounting. That is why those who go and do MSc accounting and finance are still coming to write ICA and put in level 2 because the degree cannot match up the equivalent of a professional program. But there are people who are using ICA qualification and doing doctorate degrees. You may not know, but it's there. So that is the quality of the qualification you are coming for. So if you are SHS holder, you don't need to go to a university to be able to be an accountant. No. The qualification that guarantees that you're an accountant is this qualification. This is the qualification that certifies you that you are an accountant. Once you have completed this program, you are called a chartered accountant. If you do an academic program, it doesn't give you this designation. The master's program, a degree, is just a degree. But a professional qualification gives you a designation as an accountant. So it's very weightier than going in for a first degree, I must admit. Exactly. Right. So somebody said, is it advisable to combine financial management and advanced tasks? Why not? So if you have only FM in level 2, you can combine it with advanced tasks in level 3. Why not? Why not? Is that okay? If that's the only paper you have in level 2, why not? You can combine it. But also be mindful of the day that the FM is written. Is that okay? I think FM is on Thursday, so that's fine. Advanced tax is on Wednesday, that's fine. Is that okay? So do you have a question bank for level 3? Yeah, so if you look at it, we have books here. We are hoping to release some new batch of books, but these are the books that if you want to obtain from us, they are all there, except for the ones we are yet to release, which are the ones there you can see. But for now, we have 5 books obviously ready. If you want to buy them, you can buy it in our mobile application. Somebody said, I'm a finance graduate with little knowledge in accounting. How can I aspire to conquer the fear that I can go through? I'm starting with level 2. And do you advise one paper at a time? So if you have somebody who does not have knowledge in accounting, you see, the way the accounting is going now, okay, let me share this with you. Accounting is no more debit and credit. It's moving from there. Accounting is now more to do with standards. So don't have that fear. The fear of people in the past is knowing the debit and the credit, which obviously computers have solved that problem. IT has cured the issue of debit and credit. So now the focus of the profession is on standards, being knowledgeable of the frameworks or the laws that helps you to prepare the financial statement. So our knowledge now is about law. what does the standard says on this particular transaction. If you know what the standard says, then you advise on how that should be treated in the books. So accounting is no more now debit and credit. It has left that level. It has. So if you are somebody who has a challenge and you are afraid of accounting, the numbers, or no, don't have that fear. You can easily fall into this thing comfortably and qualify in no time. And it is those of you who don't have those prior knowledge that makes it easy in the profession. Because I know people who have come into this qualification, writing ICA, and they have different backgrounds. I know a lady who had a Spanish degree, first degree is in Spanish, okay? But she joined ICA and she qualified in 2 years because she didn't have any knowledge in accounting and finance. So whatever you are telling her, she understands it without not thinking too much. But for those who already have first degrees, master's degree, if you are communicating or teaching, they are already contextualizing the knowledge with other things they've already known. But for somebody who is home dry, clean in mind, no prior knowledge, they accept the knowledge without not questioning it. So it makes it easy for them to understand and it guarantees them success immediately. So like the example I'm giving you, this is somebody who has done Spanish. She came in to do ICA from starting from level 1. And within 2.5 years, she's finished. She now works with Ernst & Young and she's stationed in overseas because of the Spanish. Because she's able to speak Spanish, she has been sent to an overseas office as a foreign practitioner with ICA, no other qualification. First degree in Spanish and ICA qualification. She works with Ernst & Young and is one of those in the overseas office. I believe I'm making sense. So don't be afraid that I don't have knowledge in accounting. That is the kind of people I like because they don't ask too much questions. When you tell them that this is it, they take it. They don't question it. But for those who have some degree, that it gives them that I would say ballooning idea that they have knowledge of the subject matter and are always trying to question explanations given to them, and it creates problem for them technically because they struggle to appreciate the issue, forgetting that this is a professional program. Coming with a degree is, if you come with a degree to do a professional program, deflate your ego. That is the thing you have to do. Deflate your ego and come and learn as a basic person. If not, you have problems. That is the advice I give. So if you are afraid, no, Priscilla, don't be afraid. Come in with a clear mind. I'm somebody who is coming to learn afresh. Whatever is being told, I will accept it as it is. You will enjoy the journey. But if you are somebody who has some degrees, some masters from some, and you are carrying that thing, and it's part of your ego, when they are explaining to you, you say, no, this is what no. You have problems because already you are fighting the understanding. So you cannot understand easily. Something that should take you 1 hour will take you 3 hours because you're already fighting within your brain to understand the issue. I believe it's clear. So that is my advice. Priscilla, you don't have a problem at all. Exactly. Somebody said, can you write 2 papers of the professional level, therefore level 3, and while writing a paper in level 2? Yes, so it's allowed to combine 1 paper in level 2, and then other papers in level 3, sorry. So somebody said, I'm left with MA in level 2, and I want to add level 3. Please, what is your best combination? So MA is on Tuesday. So I would advise you to take up advanced taxation. So add advanced taxation to MA for a combination for level 2 and 3. So add advanced taxation, okay? So which of the courses is the easiest in level 2? I must say there is no easy paper, but I will say the most favorable paper in level 2 would be audit and assurance. Not too bad. You can do it and do it easily. That's I would say the average paper in level 2 would be that paper. But even with that, people can fail. Why not? Somebody say, can you write all 4 papers in level 3 together at a go? Yes, you can do it. It all depends on you. If you have the discipline, you can do it. Exactly. So with BCom, what are your exemptions? So with BComs, I'm sure you'll be getting exemptions in principles of tax and audit and assurance in level 2, and maybe all level 1 papers. Exactly. So principles of tax, audit and assurance plus level 1. I'm sure that will be your exemptions. Exactly. Right. So please, does the CR textbook have past questions? Yes. So our compendiums, which we normally call it, our compendiums for corporate reporting, financial reporting, public sector accounting has questions in there. So you should be able to have that. So please, somebody said, does the videos for November come with a study material? Yes. So if you register in the app, you have access to the lecture materials, which has been used to deliver the lecture. So automatically you are getting the lecture materials as well as the lecture videos. Exactly. Somebody said, I wrote SCS. I don't know my fate. How can I register for corporate reporting? Yes. If those are the only 2 papers left, I would advise you to do so. So if you are somebody who has strategic case study and corporate reporting as your last 2 papers, it obviously means that you are at a disadvantage because those are the most 2 difficult papers. So if you have written strategic case study last sitting and you are left with corporate reporting, I would advise you that you should register now and start preparation because corporate reporting is demanding. It's demanding. If you come in late, you have problems. So it's not a matter of this thing. Always advise. Early preparation guarantees good success. So the earlier you start, the better. Earlier you start, the better. So somebody say, can I write PSA, corporate reporting and advanced audit? As I said, that would depend on your discipline. You can combine it, but that would depend on your discipline. But I always advise 2 papers, not bad. 3 papers is a call for discipline. Exactly. So is it advisable to combine FM and advanced tax? If those are the only 2 papers you have, if FM is the only paper you have in level 2, and you want to combine it with advanced tax, why not? You can do that. Exactly. So somebody said, I have 3 papers in level 2, PSA and taxation, PSA, taxation and management. What is the best subject combination? So PSA, principles of tax, and then management accounting. Then you should go for PSA and then principles of tax. Okay, go for the PSA and principles of tax. Then you write the management accounting later. Or you can go for management accounting and principles of tax and write the PSA as a final paper. Exactly. Good. So if somebody says, if you're allowed to join the FR, do you pay for that? No, as I said, for those of you who are doing public sector accounting, we give you access to join our financial reporting class, specifically on the IFRS, not the full class, but the lecture that is done on the IFRS to assist you to be comfortable with the IPSAS. So that is the strategy we give to you. And it's free. You don't pay anything extra for it. Exactly. Right. So please, if I register for corporate and strategy, which are my papers left for now, and I fail some of the papers I just wrote, how would I go about that? So if you have written, as somebody is saying here, you've written advanced tax and auditing, and the only 2 papers left is strategy and corporate. Is that not it? So you don't know your fate yet. So in waiting for your result, pick one of them. You can pick corporate reporting and start engaging. Don't take the 2, just take one. Take corporate reporting and start engaging it before the release of the result. So that if the results are released and you have passed the auditing, advanced audit and advanced taxation, that's good. You can then later on add the strategic case study. So I would advise you that pick one of them, pick the corporate reporting, start it, even though your result is not in, take one and start running with it so that by the time the results are released, you can know your fate and know what to do. So if the results are released and you've passed all the 2, you can then add the strategic case study. But if the results are released and maybe you passed one and you didn't pass the other, then you can add that to the corporate reporting and write it in the next sitting, exactly, which is the July sitting. Okay. So somebody said, currently, I thought it's MA and PSA and not only PSA you have to write when giving those exemptions. So it depends. As I said, every qualification and the exemption is relevant. So if you want clarity on the exemption specifically for a particular paper, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp on my phone number, 0555213559. So that's my number there. You can always reach out to me. My number is the one that ends with the 559. When you reach out to me, I would help you to confirm the exact exemption. Exactly. So somebody said, is it the same topic treated on weekend and weekdays for a particular week? Most times, advisedly, we run it separately so that we don't confuse students. So for example, if I'm teaching corporate reporting, I will normally run IFRS on the weekend and run consolidation on the weekday so that I don't confuse you. So if you are coming for weekday, you know you are coming for consolidation. If you are coming on a weekend, you know you are coming for IFRS. So I normally will do that split. I believe it's clear to help you not to be confused. Exactly. If it's financial reporting, I will do the same. IFRS maybe on Wednesday, and then maybe consolidation on the weekend so that I don't confuse you. So we make sure that the two runs separately so that even if you are joining, maybe your focus is to join the weekend lectures constantly, then there's that flow. So that maybe the other option, which is the weekday, you can use it, you can use the videos to catch up gradually. I believe it's clear. So that is it. So somebody said, is PSA and MA a good combination? If those are the only two papers you have, there's no choice. If it's only PSA and MA you have, then you don't have a choice than to go for the two. I believe it's clear. So somebody said I should throw more light on the Aspire app. Can the app be downloaded on the laptop? Yes, you can use the Aspire app on a laptop. Is that if you need the guidance on how to do that, reach us and we'll help you to use it on the laptop. We normally use a simulator to help you to download it on the laptop. Very useful to do that. Exactly. Because with the laptop, it gives you a nicer ambience when you are using the app on a laptop. Exactly. So reach out to us. We'll guide you on how to do that. Exactly. Right. So somebody said, what is the best combination, three combination for level one? So if you are doing level one and you want to go for three papers, looking at the stream, let me just use the stream as a guide. So if you are doing level one and you want to go for three papers, then your first two should be intro and BMS. Okay, so you can do the introduction to cost and management accounting and then the business management and information system as the first two. Then you can think of adding either the financial accounting or the business and corporate law. So the first two should be the intro and BMIS. Then you add either the accounting or the law. Exactly. So that should be your best combination. So the focal one should be the intro and the BMIS because they are workable together. Then you choose between the accounting and the law. Exactly. Somebody say, can you combine FR and corporate reporting? That if that is the option you have, why not? It's suitable to combine both because they all belong to the same stream. Exactly. If you are writing a new paper and resitting one, can you register for the new paper as regular and the receipt paper as modular? Yes. So in the app offers that flexibility. So if you are registering for a diet, if you are selecting various programs. You can choose the tuition, which is the regular tuition. You can choose the modular, which is the receipt program. So if you have a paper that you are going for regular tuition, you can go for it. And at the same time, go for the modular, which is a receipt option. Exactly. So that is it. Somebody says, so is the video, FR video only 2023? No. So as we speak currently, the videos in the app, if you register for July, the videos in the app currently is for November 2024. But as I said, by next week or in the coming days, the March videos will be made available so that you can use that to catch up. Exactly. So I'm sure I should be wrapping up because my timeline is to shut down immediately at 7:30. So somebody said I stopped writing after taking exemption with my first degree. Past PSA at the time. I just resumed this year and registered for FR and MA. Is that okay? Yes, why not? FR and MA should not be bad. Once you've passed PSA before, FR should not be bad for you to take. Is that okay? Right. So I think that is fine. Any questions for me? let me just quickly go back to my PowerPoint. I don't know what took it off, but let me just go back for it. Okay, so good. Let me share my PowerPoint again. Okay. Okay, so somebody said, please, can you bind your books well so that it enhance durability? Okay, so if you have any feedback on the books binding, why not you can reach out to us. But as far as I'm concerned, they are well binded. So good. You can reach out if you have any challenge on that. Somebody said it's my first time writing level 2. It is FR and PSA a wrong combination because that is what I registered. So that's a good one. FR, PSA, good combination. Good combination. Exactly. Please, with BCom, what are my exemptions? So with BCom, as I indicated, for what I'm aware of, exemptions are principles of tax and audit and assurance with the level 1 in addition. But as I said, you can still share with me your transcript and I will obviously update you. Exactly. So that shouldn't be a problem. So somebody said, please, with the level 2 equivalent, and as stated for better clarification. As I said, when you complete ICA level 2, it's equivalent to first degree. So I repeat, if you like, write to GTEC, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. If you write to them, they will confirm what I'm saying. You are done with level 2, and under ICAG program, it's equivalent to first degree. If you are done with ICAG fully complete, it's equivalent to a master's degree. Exactly. So please take note of that. It's clear. So somebody said, can I get a question and answer for PSA and FR? So yes, we have those books there. Our PSA and financial reporting compendium are available. You can obtain them. So somebody said, I completed UCC 10 years now. I want to start ICA now. It's good to start. There's no harm in starting. I will advise you to start now. Registration for July has begun. The earlier you start, the better, so that you can easily be able to finish the issues before the time for the exam. Somebody said, I have a CMBA from KNUST. Which level will I start with? And I did accounting in first degree. I always advise, look at my number there, 0555 213 Share your transcript with me, and I can help you to get the exact confirmation for your exemptions. Exactly. Right. Somebody said, I don't have VIM in the recent exam, but can I register for MA? Should I go ahead? If you've written the recent exam, is that okay? And you think that maybe the outcome may not be good or whatever, just use faith. At least just register for one paper whilst you await your result. Because if you wrote 2 papers in the last sitting, you can just maybe register for one whilst waiting for your result, so that whatever the outcome is, you should be fine in order to be able to add a paper extra or focus on what you have registered. Exactly. So somebody said, what would be your recommendation? Corporate reporting, advanced audit and taxation and public sector. So does it mean the person has passed strategic case study? If that is the case, go for your PSA, your audit, and your corporate reporting. Those first 3 should not be bad, but PSA auditing should be good for first attempt. Then your advanced tax and corporate reporting should be good on a second attempt. Exactly. So I think we've done the time required. I think we've done the time required for the program. We're supposed to close exactly 7:30, even though there are people still asking questions. Somebody say, when will when will the result be released for March? So like we did indicated, the result for, let me just go back here. The result for March will be released in the last week of the month. Is that okay? Which is between the period of 21st. Let me just share with you our timelines as we did previously. Okay, so in terms of our timeline, that is it. So we are expecting the results to come between 25th to 28th of March. Exactly. Within that week, results should be released. And once it is released, as I said, we will kick off lectures on 30th of March. But within that week, we'll be doing a tech training as well as syllabus overview. Exactly. So that is it. So I'm sure that should be my final statement. I want to thank everybody, even though I didn't allow for a direct questioning from any of you. I'm sure you've appreciated all the issues. I'm sure everybody's question has been answered because I got 95 questions in my inbox here and I've dealt with all of them. So on behalf of the team, I want to thank you so much. This meeting is being recorded. The video will be made available to you on all the platforms so that you can catch up with what has been discussed. And I'm very glad to thank you so much for joining us to mentor you for the July 2025 diet. We take our mentorship serious because we know that without good mentorship, you cannot be able to come out well. That is why we've started the mentorship for July. We may do it again even before the release of the result. So this is the first of our mentorship program for the July diet. We will do another mentorship program again before the exam. But I'm sure for those of you who join us in this session, I'm sure you have clarified most of the things you may need to know. Exactly. We need to do it. If you have questions, ask. And this is the right forum, which helps to address all your issues and put your mind on the goal ahead. If you are registering for the first time, I can tell you, you've done the right decision. Exactly. The earlier you've registered gives you an advantage. Engage in the app. Take the video seriously because most of the videos are topic-based. You see the topic, engage it, pick up the material and follow through. And I can tell you, you will be ahead. You'll be ahead of the pack. On this note, thank you all and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.